Well, congratulations, Chairman. Mission accomplished. We can sit back and take a deep breath now. What are your overall view of the season now it's put to bed?
Sure. Fantastic achievement. I do think it's been evolution rather than revolution. I think what you're looking at is a side that's improved slowly but surely over the last 2 to 3 years, both in terms of its skills but also its knowledge of the game. Not just the side, but the management as well. We've got better and better, slowly but surely. And the end result of that is that we're still in the Premier League.
Did it go according to plan? I know you'll have had lots of meetings along the way, but we were never in the bottom 3.
Well, as a chairman, I'm not allowed to gamble on football, but if I could, I would have put money on us staying up this time. I thought we had just enough in the tank to do it, both on the pitch and off the pitch. Increased financial resources, all coming together at the same time, meant that we got the job done. Yeah.
And in January, when you sort of take stock, again, was it much? We're on target, add a little bit to it, and it just
That's it. That was always the plan. In the summer, we left a bit in reserve for January, see where we are. If we need to invest more, we will do, and we did, obviously. And we're in fine shape going forward.
And some wonderful occasions here at Turf Moor. That was the highlight of the season in many ways, wasn't it? The home form was magnificent.
Home form, fantastic. Would have been nicer to get better away form, but that's something we've got to work on for next season, I guess. Yeah.
And as ever, there's some big clubs go down. It is an achievement to stay in this division, isn't it?
It is. You look at the clubs that have gone down, Sunderland especially, big club, 50,000 gates. So to compete against them and beat them, it's been fantastic.
So where does this leave the club, Chairman? Obviously, people always talk about money in the Premier League. It's another season in there, so another season of guaranteed income at a high level. A, how's the sort of health of the club, and B, what are the plans during the summer? Yeah,
I don't think we've ever been in a better position financially, certainly during my tenure. I've been here 11 years. And I do remember the dark days, that's for sure, when we had to rub the pennies together in the board meeting just to keep going.
Just touching on that, the last game could have been billed as the £10 million match. Go back a decade, and that was the annual turnover of the club, I think I'm right in saying, isn't it? Which just goes to show how far you've taken it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, looking at the profits, our year ends at the end of June. So, assuming we don't sell any players by the end of June, the profits will be probably a little shy of where we were last time in the Premier League. What are the reasons for that? A, we spent 30 million on transfers, or 32 million, as opposed to I think about 12 million last time. Our wage bill, it is slightly higher in terms of fixed wages than it was last time. It's gone up. And secondly, we've got a lot of bonuses to pay out, both to players and to clubs, as a result of retaining our status in the Premier League. So all those combined mean that profits will be a little bit low, but still very, very healthy.
Yeah, I mean, profit is important, but I suppose equally important that you spend that money, isn't it, to better the team.
You've got to keep on investing. Yeah. Another reason with the profits is the increased investment in infrastructure, which last time we were in the Premier League didn't kick in till the season after. So, we're still paying for the improvements at the training ground. There'll be new facilities this year that'll be implemented for disabled fans. That, combined with other bits and pieces at Barnfield and other bits here, mean we'll spend about another 9 million on infrastructure going forward. Yeah,
that's a fair investment. Tell us about Turf Moor then, because there's a big commitment legally and I know morally to provide for the disabled supporters. That's a big project. And anything else in the pipeline or not in the pipeline?
Little bits and pieces around the ground as well to spruce it up. The disabled facilities will be a lot better, but they have to be done by law. I've heard a few rumours, fans talking about increased capacity. I think, to be honest, short to medium term, we want to put the rest of our resources on the pitch. The last chairman to make any major investments at the stadium, I think the stand we're sat in became named after a player whose money the sale helped pay for the stand, and the following season I think we were relegated. So I don't particularly want that against my name. Don't get me wrong, in 5 years' time, if we're locking people out the ground for every home game, then it's something we'd have to look at. But short to medium term, we're happy with Turf Moor as it is.
I mean, it is a great place to play. It's part of the strength of the club, I think. And we talk about such a good home form. It suits the team, I think, doesn't it? And equally, you go around the Premier League and there's a lot of grounds about this capacity, so it's about right probably at the moment, isn't it?
Sure. I mean, what you don't want is to be playing in front of a half-full stadium. We fill it for half the games at the moment. If we can continue to do that, then we're going to have a great atmosphere, and that's what we want.
Barnfield, a major investment. I know the playing staff absolutely love the place. It's superb for their place of work. But money going to be spent this year on just finishing off in terms of the entrance to the training ground.
Yeah, entrance. There's a new media centre for you guys.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
You'll be able to go down there and sit in comfort, have a nice cup of coffee or a skinny latte, whatever you want.
Hold him to that.
Yeah, so investment in that's ongoing, really. And I think it'll be one of the best in the division when it's finished, yeah.
Our supporters always want to know the investment in the team potentially. I know the manager suggested a lot spent off the field. I know you'll try and spend on the team. What are the sort of plans for that as we go forward?
I mean, I think it's fair to say going forward next season, transfer fees will be greater than they were last season. Last season we spent 32 million. So, yeah, we're looking to increase that.
Is that just because the nature of the beast, because of the Premier League, that fees are like that, or because the club's a bit more ambitious, if I can use that word, or kicking on?
Yeah, sure, if I'm honest, a bit of both.
Yeah.
Things do constantly move forward, or have done for the last few years, and we need to move forward accordingly as well.
The other side of that coin is, of course, incoming money for transfers, because we've got some good players at this club now. They're in demand. We could name names. Is that something you just have to deal with if and when it comes, and every player has his price?
I think so. I think if you're successful, if you stay in the division, then you're going to have speculation, constant speculation about our players. There's a lot of noise at the moment about one or two people, and that's going to continue, I think. But our mission is that come when the window closes on the 31st of August, we want to be stronger than we are now, and if we achieve that.
Well, name one name, Michael Keane, because it has been talked about, and the manager said they're not. You know, if we do sell, it's on the club's terms in many ways. You know, we don't have to sell.
We don't have to sell anyone. Don't have to sell anyone at all. And we keep hearing a lot of noise in the media, but all it is right now is noise.
So, if 16th in the Premier League, how easy, how difficult it'll be to improve on that, and in a nutshell, what's the sort of plan? Is it purely just increasing the quality of the playing squad?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be the major task ahead, to make sure we're stronger when we kick off than we are today. If we can achieve that, then maybe we can finish higher.
Perhaps you don't realise it because we're sitting here in 2017, but this is probably a golden era for the club, isn't it? I know we talk about the early 60s when the champions of England, but is this a golden time for Burnley Football Club?
I think it's got to be, hasn't it? You know, if you look back 11 years to when I joined the board, there wasn't much money around, we were in the Championship, and I personally was brought up, if I'm honest, on a lot of the old Division 3 and Division 4 years. So it's got to be a golden era, yeah.
A lot of talk about ownership of clubs, British managers, British ownerships, British chairman. Are you still proud of the fact that we are Burnley?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think we're one of only 3 or 4 clubs that are British. So that's a fantastic achievement.
And that's still the plan? You're not going anywhere soon?
I think so, yeah.
Jolly good. And just lastly on the manager, because again, speculation will link him when jobs come up, but he's done a super job for this club, and I know you work very closely. Celebrate his 200th league game in charge recently, and I suppose he is as key as ever to this place. Well, it's 5 years in October he'll have been here, and I hope we can keep him for another 5 years. Let's hope so. Thanks for your time and well done. Thank you, Pete. Thank you.